Mic on.
Hello, Dazzle! How you doing? Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I'm glad that you're here. So today is a arting night, and we're going to be continuing to work on the painting. Oh, excuse me, on the painting that we have been working on, and yeah. Well, I'm really not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with this said painting, but we're working on it, and it's happening, and things and stuff. So hopefully all of our technology will completely behave like it's supposed to, and things will run perfectly smooth and awesome. So we'll see how it all goes. Yeah. All right, let me move things around so you can see what we're doing here. Boop. And hello there. Oh, I'm not sure how to say your name. Strayed? Oh, I think I just mangled your name. But hi. I welcome you in Murloc. I don't know what happened. Alright, so at this point, I think the first thing that's gonna happen is that this creature needs some eyeballs. I really don't know where I'm going with this painting other than that. Hello, Demon Slushy, how you doing? So I'm gonna start with just like straight up white base to make it so that whatever color I put on for the eyes will show well. And my white is super thick, so we're just gonna add a little bit of medium to it to thin it down a little. And I need longer arms in life. If that's something anybody could help me out with, that would be great. Okay. Glad to hear you're doing well. And hello, Makatime. Good morning to you. Hi, Ads, how you doing? Oh no, the camera's already like janky. It's like, nah, I'm good. It's waking up like I do, guys. Hopefully it'll get its shit together here soon. Blessed be that we have tech ninjas to come in and just make it all better. Try to be good to my brushes. It goes questionably well. Alright, let's get some paint on here. And then we can say that we did something today. Nice, normal human people eyes. Totally mimicking people perfectly. Could totally blend in peopling that nobody would ever notice. Huh? Did I select the wrong one? I did. There you go. We make it bigger so you can see what's happening. Miss Swatch here to save the day. I mean, you guys don't need to see, right? It's fine. I mean, the whole point is for you to see what I'm doing. We'll just make it so you can't see what I'm doing. I'm winning! I don't know what I'm winning at, but it's something. Yeah, I'm all base. Hi, Bounty. How you doing? Alright, and I don't know. Get over here and try to make something that matches. I am exceptionally tired, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Glad to hear that you're doing well. My sleep has been all kinds of borked, and that's just been making everything much more difficult. I've somehow managed to get myself on night shift again, and it's just definitely not helping things. It's kind of where my body naturally wants to be, so I'm always fighting an uphill battle when I ask it to live on day shift. And then anytime I get kind of like stressed or not feeling good, my body's like, can we just go back to night shift where it's better? So, yeah, it's been kind of that fighting the night shift uphill battle game. I feel like that second eyeball is not quite big enough. We're gonna need to bring that up a little bit. Match where the other one's sitting, I think. Better. I think that I'm happier with that shape. All right. Base shape made. Now let's get some colors going. Well, we've had lots of greens and yellows, so we need something different. Hello, Beverito. What am I painting? This. I don't know, whatever this is. I paint whatever comes to me, I guess. To me, it's kind of looking like a Fae scene. I'm feeling like it's this is the Fae kind of giving tree idea, and then, like, this is a Fae that's inviting you to come join them, which is always a questionable invite. But, I don't know. It can be whatever you want it to be. They say it's better to switch between shifts. I think it really depends on the person. I usually have 2 morning, 2 afternoon, and 2 nights in a row. Not extremely tired at the end of them. I think that it depends on each person. Like, everybody's body has a different natural rhythm. And I think the genuine challenge that we have in today's world is that we don't allow for natural sleep cycles. We have very rigid schedules, and whatever your work schedule is never based off of, you know, what your biological sleep schedule is. So we're always playing a push and pull game with our natural, like, sleep rhythm. That needs... We're gonna go with some red tones. Kind of a pinkish purpley color here. Just to give it a bit of a different tone than the greens that we've been seeing. Yeah, I think it would be amazing if we would create a culture and a society that was much more flexible. I mean, and most of our work doesn't have to be... I think that's what's frustrating to me, is that most of our work that people do doesn't have to be done at a specific magic time, and yet that's how businesses want it to be done. And it's like, why are you being like that? Like, why don't you just let people work when their body's at its best and sleep when it needs to sleep? And hey, German Weasel, oh, don't worry about it. Real life definitely comes before online life. Anything that we're doing on stream should not take over anything that you're doing in real life. I hope that you were doing well, and that it was the good kind of busy to keep you away. Definitely wanted an unnatural eye color, something that you wouldn't see in humans. Something to kind of like stress that they can mimic but not fully take on and become us. And hello there, Nalinth. Man. Who, I think I'm killing everybody's names today. But hi! I greet you in their luck! I'm doing okay. Really tired, but other than that, good. Just wanted to come and say hi. By the way, I love this piece of art. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. We work 24/7, and it only closes on Christmas and New Year's, but you can work on those days too if you volunteer. Are you in sales, Bounty? That sounds like a sales or something like healthcare, but healthcare, it's usually not a volunteer for those holidays. That's usually, you get a turn. You're a factory worker? Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't realize that factories had quite the same... But I mean, I guess it makes sense. They have to, like, keep the products available. And I think that having shift work isn't unto itself a bad thing because, you know, not everyone is a day person. So having work available for evenings and nights isn't unto itself a problem. I think the problem is just the rigidity of, like, you must always XYZ with your schedule or you're late and you're bad and... blah blah blah. And I mean, factory work is definitely one of the ones where you would have to be physically present, so it definitely does have some dictate in when you have to be there. But even jobs that are like intellectual in nature and genuinely don't have any kind of, like, you have to be here at this particular time in order to do your function, are requiring people to be there at the time to do their function, and I just don't understand why we're being like this. You are forklift certified? Nice. That is a good skill to have. My understanding is that it's pretty wanted. Not a lot of people want to do it. Yeah, not a lot of people want to do nights for sure. We're having huge problems finding people to work. Yeah, people don't want to do off shifts. I mean, they're rough on the body. Especially if you're asking people to kind of like cycle through. Because people are habituated mentally to this idea of staying on the same shift. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. Oh, I'm losing paint. I know that I cannot do swing shifts. I personally, it kills me. I can't go from like one shift to another and function even remotely well. It murders me very quickly. I need to be on a set schedule and stay on that schedule, or my body is just like, nope, can't do it. They paid for your school degree to keep me in, so it's not bad. That sounds like a good company that's willing to, like, pay for the education stuff. That's nice. I mean, it is for them, so it makes sense to me. But it amazes me how many companies don't think of it that way. Like, they don't want to invest in their employees anymore. They see their employees as a risk. Well, they could just, well, we could invest in them, and then they can just take this to our competitors, and...
Thank you.
And I think that's silly. And thank you, Kofi Na. I appreciate you following the channel. We really appreciate the support. But I think that they've forgotten that if you support your employee, that's the kind of thing that's going to keep them at your company. I mean, a company's built on two things, right? Your whatever it is you're producing, you're making, and you're offering to your customer, and the people that are helping you provide said good. So, I mean, those should be the two people that, the two things that you focus on, is making sure that your customer is happy when they receive the good, and making sure that your employees are happy while they're making the good, so that that good is just absolutely stellar. So that the first objective is met. But I don't know. What do I know? They have that clause here too, but it's like 3 months before you can resign and $2,000. Yeah, it's craziness to me. It's like if you just be good to people. If you quit the first 2 or 3 years after the education, yeah. Yeah, that's how it is with a lot of the nursing stuff, is that they'll pay for it, but then you have to work for them for a certain amount of time or reimburse them for the education. Get some shadows in and make these big orbity gobs look more like round things. And just blend it, because hard lines never look right. Zebra, you're a nurse or almost a nurse, and I have a question that Google gave me mixed answers about. So I want to know if a medical official can answer. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Though it's about my surgery scars. Where's the googly eyes? I might not be able to answer German measles, so I mean, you're welcome to ask, and I may or may not give you an answer. A lot of times, questions of the medical nature require you to look at somebody in order to be able to answer it. If it is of that kind of, if it's that kind of question, then I would just tell you that and say you gotta go talk to somebody. But you're welcome to ask questions, and I definitely don't give like medical advice, other than the advice to go see your doctor. Just just general information and care recommendations. You know, like, make sure you're taking care of yourself and resting and eating good. You know, the general stuffs. And where are those googly eyes? Yeah, oh my god, I laughed so hard when Mr. Rush set the googly eyes on this painting. I thought I was gonna die. I needed that laugh though, so it was good. It definitely changes the whole feel of the painting, just plunking those Google eyes on it, right? I think that's part of why I found it so funny. It was just like how much it changed the mood and the feel of the painting. I think Google Eyes are good for just instant amusement. I don't know that they will ever, like, not amuse me. Bring back the googly eyes! Nah, the googly eyes have buggered off. They're googlying somewhere else. They've taken them off and they're now showing you their true insectile orbs that stare deep into your soul. But I bet that Miss Raj is glad to know that people appreciated his humor. Right on par with the Octostache, I'm sure. They're all coming along and just, I don't know, man, causing mischief. So one of your scars is like really soft and I poke it, it feels like there's a hole there, and if you can't answer or don't understand, it's cool. I just want some actual pretense before I go to my doctor about something dumb, or for them to tell me I am just paranoid. Okay, so first of all, German Weasel, you are not paranoid. Like, if you feel ever that there's something going on about your body that is unusual, different, weird, strange, questionable, etc., you should always listen to that feeling. More often than not, yeah, it's nothing and that's okay. But because things that are different aren't always bad. Like, oftentimes we have things change in our bodies and those changes are either benign or normal and they're fine and it's okay. But you've been through a lot, and it's realistic for you to believe that changes could be concerning. Like that's a reasonable feeling for you to be having. And it's reasonable for there to be a risk for things to be going on. Like, is it highly probable at this point? No. But there's nothing wrong with asking questions and getting information from your doctors and providers. That is absolutely what healthcare professionals are here for. So, as far as the scar being soft, everybody's scarring is very different. So some people's scars are really soft, some people's aren't. What I will say is if it is not how you usually scar and it's different than your other scars, then absolutely you should get it checked. Because the tissue feeling different around it could be something. So yeah, if it's different than your usual scarring, go get it checked out. And if it's fine and there's nothing going on, great! Best news ever. Like, that's amazing. We love hearing that. Like, you're never wasting anybody's time to get something checked. That's what we're here for. That's what healthcare providers do. And I can tell you that as a healthcare provider, I much rather be in the business of providing people education and assuaging concerns than chasing things that have been left too long that are now a crisis. So, yeah. Go ahead, go ask questions, get seen, get it looked at, and find out what's going on. Why would it be bad if he told you you're paranoid? Well, went to him as well, told him, hey doc, I think I'm paranoid, but can you take a look, right? But what I'm saying is that I don't think that it's paranoia. I think that it's very reasonable, given the context of everything that's been going on in your life, for you to have concerns and for you to feel anxiety and stress about your health. And you know what, Bounty? I've been there. I've gone to a doctor and I've said, you know, this is probably nothing, but I am super anxious about it. Can you just take a look to help me feel better about it? And I had a really amazing doctor that was like good about that. And she absolutely just took a look at it and was like, yeah, I don't really think that there's anything here concerning. So, and just hearing that did make me feel a lot better. So, it's always better with your health to be safe than sorry if you're in a position that you have the luxury of being able to afford getting things checked. Because, well, that's a whole other can of worms that I could talk about and rant and rave about for ages! Well, she's got eyeballs. I don't know how I feel about these eyeballs, but she's got them. They are eyeballs, and they are hers. You are your biggest advocate for your health. If you think something is wrong or you're worried, take care of it when it's first noticed before it festers. Absolutely, Uthgar. I completely 100% agree with that. We are absolutely our best advocates. While I am a healthcare expert, absolutely well knowledgeable, well educated, have 20 years of experience, whoever my patient is, they're the expert in themselves. They are the expert of their bodies, because everybody's body is unique and different. I will never know that individual's body the way that individual does. So I might be an expert in general medicine, and basically it's the statistics of medicine, the probabilities of medicine, how likely something is to happen as a general whole for the population. But we as individuals, like I as a chronic illness patient, am the expert in myself. And you as an individual are the expert in yourself. So trust your individual expertise in yourself. And if you have that little naggle in the back of your head that goes, I don't feel good about this, then yeah, go get it checked. 'Cause we only get one meat boat and we got to treat it proper. Otherwise that meat boat's gonna sink. And most days I'm not sure what my meat boat is doing, but it's doing something. Alright, gonna mix up some green, because I feel like there needs to be more facial stuff. You know, face stuff. I'm sure that makes perfect sense. Now that I know exactly where the eyes are sitting, I can play the green around it so that they seem to affect the shadows around it. So I think there needs to be some more shadow underneath these eyeballies. Make them look like a poke out more. Thanks for your help, and thank you a lot, Zebra. My family has told me to keep an eye on it, and if I feel the same about it in like a week, we would call or go to the doctor, and if it progressively get worse, we would go. I wouldn't necessarily wait, but I do agree that if it gets worse, absolutely go. But I don't think that there's necessarily any reason to wait at all. Like, if you're feeling concerned now, then I think now is a good time to go. But definitely, if you see any progression or worsening. You don't need any more adventures, my friend. You've had enough of them. I am pretty sure you're like well over your quota of like adventures. I think that's something that I've noticed as an adult. Like, when I was a kid, I thought adventures meant, like, I don't know, exploring new lands and meeting fairies and seeing dragons. And as an adult, I am realizing that adventures are usually quests you never wanted to undertake. Like getting a new and interesting diagnosis. Or the quest of finding a job. Or paying rent. Your computer keeps freezing because it's overheating? Oh no. I hate it when technology isn't working. Because I never know what to do about it. I never know how to solve the problems. I'm at least blessed and have some tech-savvy people in my life, and I can call up on the tech ninjas and be like, "Oops!" I know I have to keep my computer on a, like, coolie thing. One of the fan cable things? I don't know. They're for laptops. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure they have some kind of spiffy name. You know, fan coolie thing. That's what I call it. Back a little bit. There we go. I'm sure that's a super technical skill right there. Just sort of finger it. I need a Vista Tech Ninja pocketable version, right? It's like lower left corner, I guess you could call it. It's where they put the camera. It's laparoscopic surgery, by the way. Meant to put that parentheses if tired, right? We got you. You need a Mr. Hodge Tech Ninja pocketable version. That would be pretty cool. If you could just have like tech support pocket version just show up at your door. Go go ninja. And I got this like further down than I wanted, so I'm just bringing back in that purple line. Because my hands aren't super statty. So a lot of times I get to play the, like, go back and clean it up game. Back and forth with colors. Which is why I leave the two colors on my palette, so that I can always just go back, go back, go back. I'm gonna add some yellow to this so that we've got some lighter green to mess about with. I didn't even look to see what station we're listening to, but this is a nice chill vibe music. It's like... Hi there, Cider Sai. Oh, that looks cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much. It does look amazing. Oh, well, thank you, German Weasel. I will probably not without some procrastination. Oh, man. The never-ending procrastination. That is a gremlin that is always in my life. Especially if it's something that I am anxious about and involves a phone call. Because I have a lot of phone anxiety, which is super weird because, like, if you get me to talk in person or even on stream, I don't feel that anxiety the same way at all. I feel some, but not, like, the, oh my god. Like, I never feel like I know what I'm supposed to say on the phone, and it just provokes this, like, oh my godness. And so if it's something that I'm already anxious about, and then the way to solve the problem is to make a phone call, it's gonna be a hurdle for me to get that done. It's gonna be a hurdle. And sometimes it's so hard to explain to somebody why the phone call is the hurdle that it is, the stop that it is. And I can't explain it. It's either one of those things that makes perfect sense to you and you feel it deep in your soul and you're going, yes, or you don't really understand, and that's okay. But it's not something that I can explain in a way that will just suddenly be like, oh, all right, yeah, that's totally... Because, unfortunately, feelings don't work well. They don't... that's not what I mean. They don't translate well into language. So when you're trying to explain the process of a feeling and the process of an emotion... It just doesn't always convert and translate into language. I mean, sometimes I feel like my feelings don't work right either, but that's not what I was trying to say. think that kind of pulls that forward a little bit. You're just saying keep pushing it forward and be like, one more day, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, man, it's so easy to be like, oh, tomorrow. Yeah, the doctor I need to talk to is in Dallas, and I really don't like phone calls, mostly because I can't see the person. It always feels like they're silently judging me, right? Like, there's no way to, like, know how they're receiving you because you can't, like, judge their body language at all. And I say this even though I'm, like, terrible at reading people's body language. But somehow, having the option, having the potential of, like, being able to read their body language is more comforting than going in completely blind. Like, a video call is more comfortable than just a phone call. Like, yeah. I don't like phone calls at all. They're so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. And for a long time, I thought, like, the whole phone thing was, like, just me. And then, like, someone online started talking about it. And I was just like, oh, my goodness. Bless you for talking about this. Because it makes me feel so less weird. And it's amazing how much difference it makes just to know that, like, you're not the only person on the planet that feels a certain way. I mean, it changes nothing. Like, I still have to deal with this anxiety, but somehow it just feels less, I don't know, alien and isolating when you know that there's other people who have the same kind of things going on. And it's all those times that I've gone online and I've read somebody's offhand comment or very deliberate comment sometimes about an experience that they had that resonated with me and was like, oh, yeah, me too. And how much that helped me feel less alone and more human is the reason that I decided that I would get out here on social media and talk about, like, the stuff, so that maybe there's somebody else who needs to hear someone say that they have this experience too that they're having. I mentioned the person at the end of the line is wearing a bikini. Like, hey, dude, can I make an appointment? Right, I guess. So, that just changes the face's appearance a smidgen, huh? I always find it interesting to look at photos and or video of my paintings and see like the different stages of how it progressed and how much it looks different as you go along. I find that to be a lot of fun. So just trying to blend in some different tones of green to give her some more depth and complexity of color. And to try to make it look a little bit more rounder. More rounder. I feel like painting is always the process of like painting over what you've already done as you like build up the layers of color and work in texture. Alright, then his eyes are weird. And they have like this weird light spot. A little eye shine at the bottom of them in the shadow. Why? I'm sure that some like sciencey physics person could answer that question, but me, I don't know. I just know it exists. Okay, we have eyeballs. I trust my doctor here when it's like I'm kind of clearly sick because I don't trust her and some of the others here. Because even with the massive amounts of pain and the fact that I'm throwing up every day, they still said, oh, it's just bad constipation. So I don't trust a whole lot now. Yeah. It's so hard when you've had a really negative experience and you feel like you haven't been listened to, and the trust that breaks and the trauma that causes and the fear that it leads to and the questions that leaves you with, it sucks a lot. And it's so real. And I don't think that we talk about this, this reality of like medical trauma enough, but it's very much a thing. When we go in and we trust someone to take care of us and to listen to us and to basically believe our perception and our reality, and we experience something very different and we're dismissed and we feel ignored and we don't feel taken care of and we don't feel that they really heard what we were concerned about, and on top of that we have a negative outcome. It creates a really bad like situation where you then have a lot of challenge trusting people with your health in the future. It sucks a lot, and I'm sorry that's where you are. That shoulder was looking weird to me, so I was just trying to fix it. I think a major part was that it made me angry that I had to wait until before I almost died to get proper treatment. Yeah. I think that is a very valid reason to be angry. And again, I'm really sorry that that's the experience you had. That's not how healthcare should be. But unfortunately, that is often how healthcare is. haven't liked this ear since I painted it, so I'm going to try to fix this ear. We'll see how it goes. Good thing is that I recovered. I used to not be able to cook. It hurt so bad, but I'm making burritos right now, and I don't know how to spell the plural burritos. Nah, me neither, so it's fine. I mean, I go back to words are hard. Okay, I need a little black. And not that green. This is not the green you were looking for. Oh, more green. More green! Definitely need to like rebase this ear. Doesn't look great. Don't like it. Oh, I might need to pull just in a whole bunch of black at this point. Boop, 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 boop. Gonna let that dry and we'll come back to that. Yeah, similar experience. Ugh. I'm sorry to hear that, Bounty. Started a few years ago when I was out Christmas shopping, and all of a sudden I had a dizzy feeling. Didn't look into it. Must be lack of sleep, right? Month later, I'm at the airport waiting for passport line, and these two people keep fucking about. All of a sudden, I get a knock in the jaw feeling, and I'm very dizzy and unwell. Held on to the baggage cart, made it home, sick and dizzy for 2 weeks. Blood exam, and nothing there. Mild infection. Well, check it out again in 2 weeks. 2 weeks passed. Still not very well, but better. Looks like infection is going down. Should be good to go. Okay. Uh-oh. Where did that direction go? I have definitely experienced this whole thing, and it sucks so much. And I wish that it wasn't a common thing. I wish that it wasn't something that a lot of people have experienced. Just trying to brighten up and add another texture of green into her skin. And add a little bit of brightness. Because I feel like she was a rather dull color overall. And there's some places that I feel like the lines between the colors are a bit harsh. So, blend those out a little bit. That's a little bit more than I wanted.
Super towel technique.
Man, the next years were roller coaster of emotions I've never had before, anxiety which I've never had before, always dizzy. Every step I took, it was like, gonna fall. COVID, ex-girlfriend, maybe that's why. Going crazy. Fuck it, I'll deal with it. But then I see a bump on my leg, and that shouldn't be there. Maybe my muscles are getting bigger. Muscles! After once to go to the doctor. Send me for a scan. I don't know what it's called. They give the pregnant women, so ultrasound. The same scans. The doctor who took it, he looks funny. I don't know what it is, man. Wait for another month for the results, and the surgeon goes wild. And the other part of the adventure begins. Whew. See, adult adventures are not desirable. I feel like when I was a kid, adventure was such a cool, awesome thing to have. It meant like going to a friend's house and staying over, or exploring some new location, or having a new Lego set. Something cool and fun and exciting. And now I feel like adventures as an adult is like, here we go, buckle up, baby. Hello there, Stoodle Doodles, how you doing? And yeah, I paint. One of my weird and eclectic mini hobbies. I've collected a lot of random hobbies over the years. I think that's the ADHD monster. Compels me to always try new things. This is one that I have always come back to, though. I might set it aside for long periods of time, but it's one that has always stuck with me, and I've always really enjoyed the process. And I think a lot of it is because it's such a pleasant sensory experience. It's an amazing. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. It looks awesome, and it's coming from a furry artist in like 2.5 years. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I often am overcritical of my artwork and struggle to judge it fairly. I think that's because I always compare it to what's like in my head and what I want it to be there versus like what actually makes it to the page or canvas in this case. And realistically, those are never going to be the same. Like, that's just not how art works. But because they're not the same, it will always feel a little bit like failing. That's that perfectionism streak in me. Which is a mixed blessing, because or a double-edged sword, I should say, because it always drives me to improve and get better, but it also never lets me appreciate the accomplishments I've made. Well, I'm glad that it turned out well, Bounty. Ugh. It sounds like it was a crappy adventure. All I'm gonna say is that the shading amazes me. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you really appreciate that. I've never been able to make milk colors together so smoothly, even less using paint. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, we're gonna see if we can unbugger this ear, because this ear is like not working, and looks like it's just sort of pinned on, and we're gonna have to like go back, I think, all the way to the foundation of things and fix this. So I've got a cool scar and story to tell. Yeah, well, there's some scars and stories you just don't need in life. I feel like most of my medical stories are ones that I could just do a hard pass on and just never needed in life. When it comes to my body, it would have been nice to just have been normal and exceptionally boring. But that is not what the genetic dice decided to roll, and whew, sometimes, I'm telling you, being interesting is just fucking overrated. And in the medical world, I promise you, you do not want to be the interesting one. You're gonna head out. Just remember that you're your own self-critic and you're amazing at painting. Well, thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I mean, in most other areas of life, I enjoy being interesting and unique and exciting, but in my medical world, I as a patient, I really wish I could be exceptionally boring. I would love to be the patient that just comes in, gets a checkup, nobody notices, and goes home without anything interesting, exciting, or notable. That would be amazing. I don't usually get to experience that. Alright, we gotta wait for that ear to dry again.
I'm sure fanning it helps, right? Yes, yes, that always makes it go faster.
Too bad it doesn't actually work that way. Okay. Alright, I buggered my spray bottle, and Miss Roach, can you make my spray bottle work? Because I buggered it, and it... I buggered it. It don't work. Okay. We're not using that, I guess. It's fine. It, like, doesn't actually pump. Oh, my lid is, like, toast. I mean, the lid's fine. It's no longer attached, which is not the end of the world, I guess. As long as I just don't lose it. I mean, I would never just lose the lid to my container. That would never be a problem I have. I am just getting this sponge squishy and soft with medium so that it moves well and is wet and gooky, but not with water because that compromises the paint. And we're gonna try, while we're waiting for this ear to dry, to put in a few more of the little light things, little light bugs, around our forward I'm gonna try doing it with the sponge this time and see if it goes a little bit quicker bioluminescent. Alright, and we'll put one over here. And then a little bit darker yellow.
Pump that bottle, Miss Raj!
Right? I liked how a guy said that if everyone threw their problems on a pile, you'll be quick to grab yours back. Right? I mean, there's something to be said about familiarity. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I deal with this strangeness that is my body and it's the medical problems that come with it? And the answer is, this is the only body I've ever known. Like, I've never had anyone else's body. I don't know what it's like to have a normal functioning body. So it's not like I had it one day and then lost it. I got nothing to compare to, so. I think that goes a long way to, like, having nothing to miss. It's just always been my normal, even though it hasn't been other people's normal. And that's been the weird experience I've had over life, is realizing, oh, you can't do that with your body? What? Oh, yeah, like, when I went to nursing school and I was learning physical assessments and I was learning what was supposed to be normal for the human body, and I was quickly learning that mine was not. And that was a really bizarre experience, as I was like, whoa, what? Like, most people can't? Oh, what? Like, I can remember when we were doing, like, the musculoskeletal system, and they were talking about, like, the normal range of motion, and talking about, like, what's considered, you know, an average and normal, like, way for the body to move, and me just being really surprised at how, like, not, like, people apparently just can't put their feet behind their head. That's not a thing? You guys don't do that? Like, you can't just put... Oh, okay. And I remember just being really perplexed and not sure what to think of all of that in the beginning. Alright, now that I have yellow fingers and a sponge to wash later, we've got the base for our little friends here. Thanks for listening, Zebra. Stream took a serious turn here, huh? That's alright. We're allowed to talk about serious stuff. Medical topics are okay. Sometimes you need a place where you can just be like, ah! and move on. I think that our modern culture shies away from what it has labeled negative emotions too quickly and too harshly, and has forgotten that they are an essential part of the human experience, and that they are normal and healthy and necessary, and that they are often telling us very important things about ourselves, and that when we ignore them, bad things happen. I do that in real life, so I should see the looks I get. Yeah. It can be really hard to give ourselves emotional space and emotional grace and permission, especially in this culture where that's not considered normal and okay. And I think that this is all dry. Yep. When in doubt, just figure it! That doesn't sound inappropriate at all. Nothing I say ever sounds inappropriate. Nothing inappropriate or untoward here, ever. Nope, nope, nope. I might have, like, killed my pump bottle beyond salvation. I don't know what he's in there doing, but the fact that he's still doing it isn't a good sign. Like, the last stream that I was painting, I think it was the last stream, I accidentally, like, popped the top completely off, and then at the end of the stream, I just, like, pushed it back in and was like, there, it's all better. I figured it was just fine. In fact, it is not fine. I am confident now that it is not fine. He's pumping it to see if it works, right? Yeah. Alright, and then we need to add a smidgen of yellow to get our shade tone. Mixy. I think I want... a smidgy of the brighter yellow. Alright, that's making a much better color. Alright, and then... I'm gonna bring that right in to some more. Oh, I mean... It's like that plant. Feed me, Seymour! Oh, I don't remember that plant's name.
Audrey, too, of course.
Oh, Audrey. Audrey, too, of course. Have fun, Zebra Chat. You're gonna go to sleep. Finally cold here. Oh, yeah. Whew. It's hard to sleep when it's roasty toasty. You have a good night there and sleep well, Bounty. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Get some cool, restful Z's. Alright, and then we're just gonna go in the top of this ear with this lighter color. And then just a little bit of really... Nope. Right here. And just blend that in, pull it down. Hello, Keisha. How you doing? And hello, Vuxcam. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're doing a picture of that on my Fae Force, I guess. Alright, I think we are going to be better off if we bring this kind of down a little bit. Just gonna hit that rounder part at the bottom. I'm using acrylic paint, yes. And acrylic ink. I really like using acrylic ink for my deep black shadows.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Program Junkie. I appreciate the follow and support. So my brand of choice is always Liquitex, personally, and Mixed Techniques. I am not a trained artist, so I don't know if there's names for anything that I'm doing. I just sort of, well, I have the fuck around and find out method. I have just spent a lot of hours in front of a canvas painting and seeing what works and what doesn't work for me, and I'm sure that other people do the same things or similar things and that they have names, but I wouldn't know what they're called. Always good to see other artists that work in medicine. So what do you do, Program Junkie? I mostly do gaming here on Twitch, but Thursday night is my creative night these days. Hello, Adi! Wow, that's an awesome drawing. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Have you tried digital painting? I have, and it feels exceptionally alien and foreign to me. And I think that because I am a very, tactile touch kind of person, so not being able to, feel the brush and paint and the, squish of it is very bizarre to me. So it feels foreign and awkward. And I'm not sure how people do it, but they make some really amazing stuff. But I don't know how you could possibly tell where the color's gonna go if you can't feel the squishy slide of the paint on the canvas. I'm sure with lots of practice that I could over time get a feel for that the same way I did for this, but I think that I love the tactile experience of this so much that I doubt that I will ever give this up for any kind of digital arting. I mean, the downside is this is definitely much, much more messy. I always gotta, wash brushes and clean up and try not to get it all over my, workroom. Which is always a very questionable process. And if I was doing digital, I wouldn't have to worry about any of that. I mean, so there's that. That would be nice. And the save and undo and redo options would be kind of nice too. Post-surgical and chronic pain massage therapist. Nice. You have an emphasis on hypermobile and CT disorders. Nice. Very cool. Woohoo! We got the sprayer. I mean, that's a very aggressive spray now, but it used to be a little bit of a misty going on. Now it's like hose. It's interesting. I'm sure I'll figure it out and make it work. Not knowing where the painting will end up is the reason why we have the undo button, right? Even with practice, it doesn't get better. Right. I mean, in a way, even with painting, we have undo options. Like, I mean, I completely repainted this ear tonight, so I mean, there's definitely options for like reworking, and your paint is not as set in stone as it is often portrayed as being. The undo button is a lifesaver, right? For me, I'm amazed you can mess with lower layers while not affecting the more superficial ones. I usually, it's, how do I explain it? It's like you build on top of. So I don't really do anything so much with the layers that are already there, but you definitely add texture and the like to what's already there for sure. But it's not like a digital painting where you can go back to the previous layer and change your mind and do something different with it. Like, it's there and you're stuck with it. So like even this ear, the previous ear that I didn't like the shape of is still there underneath this. So, hey, Mini Live, how you doing? Amazing painting. Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Hey, Pen the Penguin.
You are first to offer zebra cake to Zed and Otis. They are grateful for your offering.
Woohoo! I'm 2 hours later. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I was talking about the digital art. You can continually tweak the layers, which boggles my brain. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, you can go back and you can just, like, mess with what was already there, and it's super wild. While with a painting, like classical painting, it's whatever's there is there, and it's your foundation. And I mean, it's not set in stone. You can definitely like go back and modify things, but you can't take back the paint. It's still there. And like, if you look at this painting, and it's probably not something that you can really see on the camera, but you can like see these side brush strokes that are these broad brush strokes that come from when I was putting the, the gesso and getting the canvas board primed. So there's texture here from the very base foundation of this painting, so it doesn't ever like go away, even though you can't see that color anymore. It's really interesting how the textures kind of build on each other. And there's some people who are really super amazing with that, building that texture, and can play with that. I haven't gotten there yet. Where you can start using like the brush strokes and the texture of the paint to like itself add another dimension to the painting itself. I mostly just play in the arena of the color. You're at your old school right now getting nostalgic? Oh yeah? It's always interesting going back and visiting places that you used to be. It looks awesome. Well, thank you, German Weasel. I appreciate that. You must eat. All right, go eat. I hope you have a fabulous meal. And thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you being here. I do a lot of like turning my canvas to the side. Hopefully that's not too weird to look at. Sorry guys. Just trying to get the last little bit of light touches onto this. I think that the two things that I do the most that help with the blending is I use my towel a lot to wipe off excess paint so that when I'm blending, I can just have a dry brush to kind of pull a wet area into a dry area. And I use the slow dry blending medium I don't tend to add it into the paint ahead of time. I tend to put paint onto the canvas and then pull a dab of medium into it and pull color down with it. And I feel like that works better than just mixing it in with the paint all ahead of time, because I feel like that makes the paint really soupy. But I don't know. That's just the weirdness that I do, and it works for me. I don't know if it would work for anyone else, but that's what I do. All right, guys. I feel like we've definitely gotten somewhere with this painting, and we've got some bug eyes going on. Yay, bug eyes achieved. And we're at like 8 o'clock, so we're only at like the halfway point. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing next. So let me go to be right back for a minute, and I will grab another canvas, get that set up, and we'll do I don't know, we'll get something else started, see what we got going on. And thank you, Creed Breton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so I will be right back. Hey, Miss Raj, I think the camera froze. It is not showing what is really there. Alright, there we go. It's lagging though. Okay. Alright, guys. So gonna do a little doodle creature. Yeah, I think it's kind of lagging behind again. Always. But at least it is showing the real thing now. Noodles! Oh, so you want to see a snake? We're doing doodlies. So we're gonna do little critters and I don't know, kind of a little forest scene, and we'll put in stuff. You guys make suggestions. Tell me what we're putting in. Start with, I don't know, like mushroom. You heard noodles, so noodles! Alright. Let's have it noodles. I was thinking Mr. Hashtag Ninja Pocketable version could have an anime intro, like soundtrack, right? Alright, let's put a noodle. He's gonna live right here. With this mushroom. Wolf snake. Oh, he should definitely be a striped snake. Let's give him some stripes. We'll have a little guy over here just kind of peeking out. I don't know, because he is. You're absolutely loving the vibe today. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Random Jen. What kind of critter would you like to see? Out some grass. And oh, beetle. How about that? How did the little goblin dude turn out? Well, I will take a picture of the painting that we just finished and I will share it in Discord. So you will be able to see the last painting. I am pretty happy with it. I think it turned out pretty good. Adequately quirky. So we're we're switching styles and going to something a little bit more silly. He's just vibing here with his tree. Hello, Yeet Skeet. How you doing? You saw I'm almost finished, but you had to help your little boy, so I didn't see the finished product. Well, I will put it on Discord in the art channel, so you will be able to see that if you would like to. So if you are not in Discord and you would like to see things like that, you should join us! We do all kinds of fun, crazy stuff over there. Hello, hi-yo, how you doing? Sorry I'm late, I didn't know you were live, I just got home. Oh, no worries. You just got home from work? I hope you had a fabulous day. My art is very nice. Well, thank you. We're kind of doing a little fun, silly doodle today. We just finished a much more complicated, intense piece, so now it's time for one of the fun ones. All right, let's make it so that there's a, I don't know, big bird sitting here. He's just gonna be chilling. Ah, that one's eye's a little weird, but there it is. In ink, forever made. Right now I'm working with the acrylic ink. So it's a really thin acrylic medium that is super saturated with the pigment. So it goes on really thin and smooth, and it dries really quickly. So you get a really nice pigmented color in a thin layer that doesn't create a lot of texture. I find it's wonderful for getting nice dramatic black lines. I love it for that. Oh my god, a tree there. And maybe some more little beetles on this tree. So whimsical, you love it. Good, I'm glad it makes you happy. I never used to do any kind of like doodling art on any kind of regular basis. And then I started working in a pediatric psych unit, and I would be working with young troubled kids, and I would be there for the overnight, and they'd be having a tough time, oftentimes nightmares and the like, and it became the challenge to how do you get them to think about something other than the nightmare they just had. And this became my thing. So over the years, drawing a weird little creature doodle in the middle of the night to help kids sleep became a thing. And one that I have now found is also good at helping me like relax and calm and settle. And maybe it's because I associate it with all those memories of like other people relaxing and calming with it. But it reminded me how important things like art and music really are to our psyche. And when we look at the times in human history when humans have had to deal with really, really terrible things, we have always had music and dance and other forms of creativity to help us process and figure out what it is that we're feeling. And because words are hard, and I don't think that they're very good for expressing the more complex things that are going on in the human mind. Well, let's have some smaller mushrooms live in here. What would you like to see living in our forest, guys? We'll go back and add color later, but right now, we're just gonna get the general, this is what's living here. Oh, let's put a bigger guy in. Let's... Maybe he likes mushroom snacks. I think it depends on the human, though. I'm a writer, and I find writing helps me process all the stuff I go through, as does painting and drawing. Oh, sure. I think that all of that creative process, I think that there's something about the making, the creating, the channeling in the creative process and the making of the thing. It channels out that emotion, like whether you're writing it or... I think that when you try to write it, it can be a hurdle for some. But yeah, I think that for others, like I find journaling super helpful. I journal every day. I love it so much. But I feel like the creative process itself is just essentially human. And we like to tell stories. We need to tell stories. And we do that in a lot of mediums. Like, I'm not using words right now, but I'm telling you a story about a little forest right now. And these little creatures that live in this forest. I just think that modern culture has forgotten and undervalues the creative side of humanity and how important it really is. Which is unfortunate, because I think that the more I've worked in psych and the longer that I've taken care of people in crisis, the more I have just cycled back to this idea that we are essentially creative creatures, and it's an inherently built-in part of who we are, and that we need it. And I think there's a lot of ways to go about being creative. I mean, a carpenter who makes a chair is just as much an artist and is just as creative as a painter. In my opinion, I think that they are all about the making of things. And dancers creating with the movement of their body. Absolutely. I have yet to meet a human that didn't have some kind of creative outlet and thing that they did that was making. You know, whether it was cooking or, you know, folding paper or telling stories, even if it's just sitting there with your friends and reminiscing, telling stories, because oration is an art, and some people are really, really good at it. This guy thinks he's being sneaky, but he doesn't hide super well. I feel like this is me as a spirit creature hiding in the forest.
I'm behind this mushroom. You can't see me, guys. I'm not here.
So I went in to wake my 9-year-old daughter up this morning. I found her curtains open and pencils, paper, and art strewn all over her bed with her. Up and getting creative. Nice. Hopefully she got sleep, though. Feel we need another little beetle right here. I think she did. She woke up easily. Good, good, good. I think sometimes kids forget that sleep is essential. Oh man, I know I never wanted to sleep as a kid. And now I look back at all those naps and opportunities to sleep that I refused as a kid, and I'm like, can I just have those now? Can I go back and just have them as an adult? Because I sure could use them now. I mean, I might not have needed them then, but whew. Is it like a lifetime quota? You know, I didn't use all those ones as a kid, so I should be able to go back and catch up, right? Mulligan, right? Redo! I take it back! Give that tree some personality. And now I need some friends.
Thank you.
Hello, Kyo Hashuna. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate the support. So we'll have a little critter sitting up here. I don't know why it's in the tree, but it's sitting up there just chilling. And we'll have another March of the Beatles. I like the marches of the Beatles. Hello, Shadow Sniper. How you doing? You're good. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you like the art. Alright, and then we'll have a little guy up here. Just kind of lounging on this mushroom. He's gonna be laying with this friend. Because who doesn't want a friend to chill out on a mushroom with? I mean, I would want to have a friend to chill out on a mushroom with. And let's give this mushroom some, I don't know, little things. This mushroom has balls. I don't know what they are, but it's got them. Let's add in another noodle. Little striped noodle. let's make it so that in the background here, we got another big mushroom. Maybe there's a moody, quirky foliage bush up there. Surprisingly large beetle move in right on top here. He's a really big beetle and he's gonna live right on this really big mushroom. Because who doesn't want to live on a really big mushroom? It's like a great place for a big beetle to hide, right? Clean up this brush a little bit here. I'm getting a little sticky. Where the edges of the ink dry, you gotta periodically clean it off so that it doesn't get gooky. And that's a highly technical term, gooky. Alright, let's add in another little guy here, and we'll have a little flyer here, and maybe one right here. Because why not? We like lots and lots of little friends. This is a busy forest with lots of people to go and hang out with. And lots of strange things to see and explore. And we're still figuring out what's in this forest. So let's give ourselves a quirky little bush here. Maybe there's another beetle. Oh, I have enough ink on that. I'm not doing nothing. Another little beetle friend right here with this beetle friend. And they're going to a beetle party together. Where they're going to do the beetle cha-cha. And they're following this beetle because he knows where all the best beetle parties are.
Hello, Miss Rockin' Tooth. How you doing? You love the mushrooms. Ah, thank you.
Alright, and then let's put a little friend down here. And he's gonna have some ears. And this guy with ears really likes books, so he's gonna be sitting here with his book. And he kind of looks like he should have a little fluff on his butt for a tail. I think we just made a reading rabbit. There we go. Got a little reading rabbit now. Hello, Beshin Lick. Oh my goodness. Hi, how you doing? I greet you in Murloc. I can never say anybody's name right. I apologize. Hello there, cool shrooms. Well, thank you. Oh, there's a lot of worms also. Yes, there's like noodles in there. Do I see forest ghosts? Yeah, they can be ghosts or spirits, little dudes, sprites. I don't know. Whatever you'd like them to be. This is just our happy little forest with lots of things to explore and find and see. Murloc is great for you. Oh, then you've come to the right place. I nail Murloc. It's about the only language I speak well. Alright, and let's have a smaller little mushroom here by this rabbit. And maybe another little beetle. And what else should we have in this corner? Let's have a whole because you know I like my little beetle parades, so let's put in another little beetle parade. And I don't know where all these beetles are going, but they got places to be. There's stuff going on in this forest for beetles to do, I guess. Very beetle sociable place. Beetle needs places to be and to be, right? They're like, gotta go. I'll have a guy right here on the edge. You can just see part of him. Because there's a lot of world here that we're not capturing. Because this is a big, crazy forest. With all kinds of crazy things in it. So we gotta make sure that it falls off the canvas and goes further beyond into the world. Alright. What's next? Anything you guys want in this forest? And another little mushroom colony here. A little person dancing. A little person dancing. Well, I don't know if it looks like if he's dancing or running, but he's in there. You like it? Looks a bit like he's rushing to be part of it all, but that's understandable. He's like, "Whoo, I got all the things and I'm sharing." I don't know what it is that he's sharing, but he's definitely sharing something. We got a space there. Let's fill this space with some beetles. put another little mushroom in here. Because there's space for a little mushroom here. Yes, I'm using acrylic ink. Hi, Pure. How you doing? You're very talented. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Alright, now let's put in a little quirky bush here. And then, I find quirky bushes are a good way to add layers and depth without actually having to draw like another layer, and it can like make it so that you can put another thing in front of that and it looks okay. Because now these are suddenly behind the bushes. We got some more little beetly guys here. And these are going to be all the little things this little guy has been. Maybe petals or little flowers of some kind. But he's been at it for a while. And there's probably some on these mushrooms too. The mushrooms don't mind though. They're just chilling there. Now they feel pretty because it's like getting glitter or something. And of course you want to have glitter. Because glitter is amazing, right guys? I probably have a excessive and irrational love for glitter. But there's definitely worse things to love in excess and irrational levels, so... And definitely could be worse! Alright, we'll just keep going with little bushes and give this place some personality. And what are we gonna have in the back here? Let's go with another really big mushroom, because really big mushrooms are amazing. And I feel kind of robbed that there aren't really giant mushrooms in life. Somebody should work on making those, okay? You had a busy evening, but you're doing fine. Glad to hear that.
That's like a gathering of the dazzle, every creature representing a personality, right? You wanna be a mushroom? Okay, you can be a mushroom. There's always room for a shroom. Absolutely.
And of course they're gonna have, like, spots. Because I'm sure that all mushrooms have spots. No, but, you know, it's fine. But a lot of these mushrooms have spots, because they do. Being like Kilroy here. Peeking around that mushroom. Couple little flying friends in there. And one down here, because why not? Alright, and then we need another noodle, I think. So let's... go ahead and paint ourselves in another noodle!
Hey there, Butterscotch, how you doing? Painting looks cool, love the mushrooms. Well, thank you, I'm glad that you like it. The voices of playing kids fit perfectly, right? They do.
There, we got another noodle. He's a really big noodle.
I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Things are doing pretty good here. I am exceptionally tired, but other than that, I am doing okay. What else do we want going on? Maybe we'll have...
frog chilling with us. He's probably eyeballing all these little flying bugs, waiting to be able to get a snack. All right, and then let's have another bigger guy. We've got a lot of little guys. Let's have another big guy. Just chilling down here staring at you. I'm sure that's not creepy. He's just inviting you to tea or something, right? Proper mushroom beads, right? I think I have to say that Miss March always does a really good job picking whatever music. It always seems to fit whatever we're doing exceptionally well. So kudos, Miss March, good job! Because I always say that more often than not, he picks the music and he just knows. He's like, yes, this is the station that belongs to be playing right now. And I'll be like, alright. And it works. It always works when he picks it. And then sometimes when I pick it, it'll be like, this seems like it will work, and then it doesn't always. He's way better at it. I don't know how he just knows. He has magical music powers. Get some flowers in here.
Mr. Travis Sick Beats. Yeah! One of his many superpowers. Power of technology and music. And he is much appreciated. He's also a really good cook, guys. Right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He probably like won me mostly with his power to cook me like amazing food. That's useful. Food is my enemy. I'm super hit and miss with cooking. There's some things that I can cook really well, and then everything else, nope. And don't ask me to follow a recipe. It ain't happening. I mean, I'll follow it, but who knows what it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna come out the way that that recipe says it's going to. We have Mega Beetle. And really little bug. He's going to be bigger than this mushroom he's chilling next to. Because everything in this forest is just different. Unexpected. But that is what makes it magical. So just add in a few more little mushrooms here. Yeah. Hello, the Hooded Taco. What are we painting? We're painting a magical forest today. Bring it into the strange world that is my imagination. Hello, Juggerai! And Raiding Party! Welcome! What were you guys up to? I hope you were having a fabulous stream. That was an aggressive blurp. That pedal's just fuzzy at the top. It's fine. Exploring the new stuff. Nice. How are you liking it? I have really, really loved the cherry trees. I think they're so pretty. Have you found the new biome and all that? You found that, but no Trimsolol? Oh, I don't even know what that is. Ooh. I don't think I've seen that yet either. If I did, I didn't know what it was. I haven't even, like, read what's supposed to be in this new patch. I've just been, like, or update. I've just been, you know, trying to enjoy it. Armor trims. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can, like, decorate and make your armor pretty. I like decorating. We just got some flowers down here at the bottom. One thing about drawing in ink is that you're just kind of committed. You don't get to erase and do any take-backsies. So you definitely get to where you embrace the quirkiness of whatever it is that you're making. And that's been good for me. I needed ink in my life sooner. When I was doing a lot with pencil, I was always like chasing this idea of perfection and never committing anything to like a finished state. It was always erase, try to redraw the perfect line. Well, there's no such thing as perfect lines. They're always crooked. They're always not quite the way we imagined, and you just have to go with them in their quirky, imperfect state. So for me, ink was a good way to like start to learn how to do that. Well, mushrooms! Right? I love your art style. Oh, thank you, Juggerite. I appreciate that. Sometimes I don't feel like I have my own sense of style because it varies a lot. Like, the piece that I just finished looks, like, really different than this one. So it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of variability. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing. Bob Ross would approve, right? With the happy little trees! It is a philosophy that I probably started learning from him, and definitely is something that I absolutely believe in, that you gotta let art just be its thing, and it's not going to be perfect. And if you look around you, life isn't perfect. The lines in life aren't perfect. Like, if you look at human faces, they're not symmetrical. They're often close, but they're never perfect. So if we're aiming for art to be perfect, what are we emulating? That was kind of what I finally started to learn when I started learning anatomy. Ages and ages and ages ago. You have to turn off your internal editor. Oh, for sure. Keep telling my mom this. The imperfections are what make art special. Absolutely. It's what makes art special and gives it that personality and character that is so beautiful. But man, it can be hard to let that go. I'm gonna have some little green grass here, and we're gonna have just a guy in that grass. It's bigger, but looking out at you. Because it amuses me. Like, is he laying down? Is he just buried, sunk in the dirt? Like, how is he so low to the ground? I don't know. I guess you guys have to decide. But he is. Yeah, check out Celeb's pics where they mirrored the face to be symmetrical. It's scary. Yeah, it's very unsettling. Hello, Dragon King. Awesome art. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It took me a long time to get to where I was comfortable even sharing my art because of the perfectionist voice in my head that was like, oh, it's not good enough, nobody will like it, you know, it's too weird and quirky and blah 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 blah, you know, all the things that our internal critic will spout off at us that it's, you know, total bullshit. So it can be hard because we don't ever see our own work without that critic and that bias and that desire for improvement that is a constant negative voice in our head. And since I have gone the route of enjoying the process of like exploring and making the art and making that what I'm doing and not focusing so much on what it becomes at the end, I have absolutely loved art more. You get that perfectionist voice. Yeah, just gonna wing it. Yeah. Just embrace the winging it. Alright, and we're gonna have some flowers living down here at the bottom. Because we don't want this empty space. Look at all this empty space. There should be something down here living. This is a very busy, full forest, so we should definitely have something living here. Is this drawing inspired by anything? Nope, nothing in particular. Just my love of like fantasy forests and their whimsical nature, I guess. I started drawing little forests like this back when I was working as a pediatric psych nurse for a acute care kiddos, and I was working night shift, and the kids would need something to distract them because nighttime is often a scary time for kids, period. And then when they've had a lot of trauma, it's especially difficult. So it became a thing that I would doodle for the kids to try to relax and help them deal with stuff as a way to work through whatever was going on. And it just started becoming became a thing. Like the kids would say, oh, draw a butterfly. So I'd draw a butterfly. And they'd be like, oh, like draw a beetle. And so write out a beetle. And it just, we tell the story of the forest together. And it became a really kind of cool, fun, relaxing thing to do. And now, even though I'm not doing that job anymore, I find that I still very much enjoy creating these happy little forests where there are all these friendly little creatures that fill this forest and want to be your friend, and it's just a magical place. So it reminds me that there's happiness and goodness in the world even when I'm having a rough day. So I think that's why I enjoy it so much. You've been in those places? I think that everybody has. I mean, I think it's part of being human. We just don't talk about it a lot. You like the origin story? Great job. It was a very tough job to do, but one that I very much loved. And a part of me very much misses, but it was definitely an emotionally difficult job. Some really amazing kids living through some really tough things that even us adults would have a hard time dealing with. I don't know how those kids ever did. Let's make it so there's another beetle living right here. I'm just gonna have a few spots, so it's probably a ladybug. Because I really like ladybugs, so... And this ladybug has a ladybug friend. Have I ever had a favorite kid, or were they all equally cool? I don't know that I had one that was like a favorite, but there have definitely been some kids that stood out and stayed with me. Unfortunately, those were the kids that experienced the more horrific things. So those are the cases that were harder to let go. But I have found that over the course of working as a nurse in general, that everyone has a really amazing story and everyone has amazing gifts to offer the world if they choose to open up and give that. And it's a matter of creating an environment where people want to open up and give to the world, and creating a sense of space and safety where that's okay. And I don't think that we're always good at creating that space in our current culture. But I've never met anybody that didn't have an interesting story or a cool skill or something to offer. People are fascinating and interesting creatures. And we always think that our lives are super boring because they're our lives and they're familiar and mundane. But I promise that whatever's going on in your life and whatever you're doing, it would be interesting and unique and different and exotic to somebody else. What's the most interesting story I have ever heard? Oh, I don't know. that's a tough call. Like I said, most of the time the cases and stories that stick with me are the bad ones. I think that one story that I thought was fun and interesting was I took care of a nun who was actively dying. She was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And when I met her, she was in her mid-90s. And her prognosis was a month. And she decided she wanted to try out sin. And that before she died, she wanted to try some of the world's vices that she had never experienced. So we made arrangements for a 90-something-year-old nun to try alcohol, cigarettes, and some various food items that were outside of her dietary restrictions. And it was just a really interesting and fun experience to sit with this woman underneath a tree while she puffed on a cigar. It was a fun moment. Because she felt like she couldn't leave this world without having done some of the things that made us human. And I thought it was a very unique and interesting way to depart the world. And yeah, she's definitely somebody that I will always remember. She was a very fun and quirky woman who had a remarkably interesting way of looking at the world. And I think the other thing that stuck out to me with her is that she really broke all of my like preconceived expectations of what a nun would be like. So I think that was part of why she will always stay with me, because she was nothing nothing like I thought a nun would be like. Wow, that's interesting. She definitely went out with a bang. Yeah, she really did. She went out on her own terms, and I always thought to myself that anybody who can, you know, make peace with your death and go out on your own terms, whatever those terms are, that's kind of a cool thing. We don't get to decide on our mortality, but we can decide how we face it. And I think that she faced it with grace and style in a way that I just have never seen before or since. So yeah, she was a fun lady. I didn't know her very long, but I'm very grateful for having known her for the time that I did. I got a little rock farm over here. What else should be in our forest, guys? What do you think? I think we should have a mushroom over here. This side has all kinds of mushrooms.
Thank
We
you.
don't got any over here. The Worthless Fox. Thank you so much. I appreciate the follow. Let's go ahead and add ourselves in a quirky little mushroom. over here. Maybe make it a double. And let's give these guys the same little... I don't know, decorative little bells. Because who doesn't like a little bling? Gotta decorate your forest, right? Add a few little flying friends in here. This beetle is just trucking along over here. That one's like a little short beetle. He looks like he's sinking into the mushroom. Must be a squishy, fluffy mushroom. It's a pillow mushroom, guys. This is a pillow mushroom. I didn't know we had those, but we must. I don't object to there being pillow mushrooms. This sounds splendid. That's just the butt of a beetle. Alright, and then we're gonna have... a little industrious bloke down here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's gonna have a ladder here. Because you gotta have something to climb that mushroom, right? Like, if you don't have, like, superpower beetle climbing power ability, you gotta do something to get up there. He wasn't really even with his steps when he made this ladder, but it's gonna get him to the top of the mushroom just the same. This is his mushroom ladder climbing dreams right here, man. He's going places. He's going up in the world because he has a super ladder. All right, and then another little bush tree thing going on there. Some foliage. And, what are we gonna have in here? What should be living here? I feel like we should have a flower. Oop. Getting up too close to the wet stuff. Gotta pay more attention.
Oh, wait a minute.
The Mega Mushroom. The one mushroom to rule them all.
You know they're out there, don't you?
Then this mushroom's been decorated too, so it's gonna have all the little fairy ornaments on it.
Because you gotta keep your mushrooms looking pretty and decorated. Alright, we're gonna have another guy back here. He found a little ornament and he's gonna try to put it back on the mushroom.
And guys, that is an ornament. Don't be thinking anything else.
Have a guy peeking here. Oh.
Well, that bug's just like bold. He's like, hi, I'm here. Can't miss me. He wanted to be known.
And maybe we got another little snake here. A little noodle. Here's another little striped fella. Which one's the ornament? The one that looks like a cherry bomb? It does! I drew it! And I went, looks like he's got a little explosive. Especially where in all my games I'm always blowing shit up. I'm like, yeah, this guy is looking like he's got a little bomb.
Guys, I promise it's just an ornament. He's not gonna blow the place up.
It is, but there's nothing wrong with it. He just likes fireworks. It's fine. It's totally fine. Everybody likes fireworks.
in here. And we don't want anybody to be lonely, so let's give him a little beetle friend. And we always got guys peeking over edges. I don't know why they like looking around edges so much. Zebra likes things to go boom. It's fine. I do really like fireworks. I mean, you're not wrong. Well, that's a weird looking tree, but there it is. He lives there now, the weird tree. We haven't had any spotted snakes, so let's give this one spots. Ah, the spotted noodle. Alright, and let's have a little bit of a cloud. Alright. So now we have ourselves a little forest that has no color. So what I'm going to do, guys, is as soon as this is all dry, I'm going to take it on over to the scanner. You're falling asleep? Thanks for this great little world you're painting. See you all. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you rest well. I'm going to scan this in, and I'm going to put it in the Discord, and I'm going to ask for you guys to give it color. Print it out, digital art, whatever you guys want to do. I'm going to give you this, and I would love to see how you guys color it. And then, off camera, I will also color it, and we'll share them all in Discord, and we'll see this little world come to life in a myriad of colorful places, okay? So that way we can kind of do a little bit of arting together and have a little community sharing of our art. And I would love to see what you guys do with my little forest. So, yeah. This is our little forest with lots of busy things for you to find and color. and decide what it should be. And that is about it for our time today. And I've made like a mess all over my hands. I'm like all yellow and green and black and you know, it's fine. That's what soap's for, I guess. Alright, so we'll switch on over to this end screen, and thank you very much, everybody, for coming and joining me tonight on my creative adventure. I really appreciate all the support that you have given me. It has been an absolute delight to do creative things with you guys, and something that I take a great amount of pleasure in sharing with you. So thank you very much for being here, and all the follows and the subs and all of that has just been a absolute bonus. I'm just glad that you guys have enjoyed the art so much. Thank you especially to those who have done donations, whether it's been in, you know, video games or money. We really appreciate all of the contributions to making ZebraPig work. And thank you for the fan art. We absolutely love seeing your guys' creativity and your guys' arting. I love and enjoy that so much. And if you guys go down into the About page, you'll see the things that you always see. If you click on the green dragon, that'll take you over to Siri Skulk's page. She's the artist that has done my emotes and my overlays. She's doing commissions, so you should check her out and have her do some art for you. She's amazing. You can also see the Buy Me a Coffee link. If you click on that, it'll take you over to my shop where there's all kinds of stuff going on. I got crochet things. There's tiers of support like Patreon that gives you perks and benefits, one-time donations, all kinds of stuff going on over there. You should check it out. If you would like to give us fan art or to participate in the community event of coloring this together, you can do that by going over to the Discord. Any art that is put in the fan art channel will be included in the slideshow so everybody can see your awesome artiness. And this piece, once it's dry and scanned in, will be in the art section that you guys can then take this and do your things for. That's what the hose is for. And Mr. Arch, can you toss up the Discord link? I would appreciate that. And I'm going to take a look and see who we can raid. Bound to be somebody cool on. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys over to Seferic. She is a lot of fun. It looks like she's just doing a chill and chat tonight. So just kind of relaxing and chill vibes. She's a lot of fun to hang out with. I think that you'll enjoy her space. And the next time that we go live, because today is Thursday, so it'll be Saturday over on YouTube, noon to 4. We'll be playing Alien Isolations. That's Eastern time if you'd like to join us there. And the next time we will be live here on Twitch will be on Sunday, our usual 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. And until we can hang out again, you guys be sure to take care of yourselves. Bye!